Hey there everybody, how's it going? Nightshade here as we jump into yet another fabulous replay between two actually really fabulous players, and you're going to see why in just a couple of moments, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm sure you probably already see it down at the bottom of the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, up in the top right hand corner of the map, gives me great pleasure to introduce to you none other than Destiny. Now, it is not fitting to have an IvD replay on the IvD channel without an IvD player. So down in the bottom left-hand corner, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me also equally great pleasure to introduce to you... Damn, almost running out of breath. His name is Ruff. And, yeah, he's just going to go about doing this. So it's TvZ, always an interesting matchup, especially against these two players. Destiny actually taking a bit of a hiatus in playing StarCraft, going back to League of Legends for quite some time. I think he wanted to give a shot at trying to be a pro gamer in League of Legends. Either way, he was a very good entertainer. Played a lot of League of Legends, a lot of DayZ, shenanigans going on over here by Ruff. And I like that. We'll see why in a second. I'll show you. I know exactly what he's up to. Sneaky as hell. It's really, really good. Alright, so here's what's going to happen. He's going to finish off this barracks, pick it on up, put it right around here, throw down a bunker right between these two geysers that will work away onto the inevitable hatch that will eventually go down. Now, Destiny is not going to know about it because his Overlord is not going the right pathing. This Overlord is actually headed probably somewhere over, yeah, right there. This Overlord, on the other hand, will be going over to this little tower point. Or no, I stand corrected. To this spot right here where it cannot get sniped, can't get shot. There's one sweet spot in the whole mess. But anywho, Ruff is going to continue on with that production. There's the pickup and the drop off, and he's going to just go back on over into the corner here. And hopefully, if everything works out, he will actually be able to get his bunker down, and there will be none the wiser a hatch getting dropped right here. And I don't know if Destiny is going to know about it. The hatch should have gone down by now. Interestingly, it has not yet done so. So I'm interested to see why Destiny has decided to maybe avoid doing this. I'm not sure. It's hard to say at this particular point in time. But it is an interesting play by him. The challenging thing about this is that this is going to put him back economically. By not expanding, actually, is going to hurt him quite a bit because he's not able to really inflict a lot of damage. Now, we can see that the barracks is going to get picked up. There's going to be some Marines. Is there a drone? No. It is going to be a lot of Zergling pressure up front. And a baneling nest is going to go behind it. So, very interesting play. So, he's going straight for the cheese book, ladies and gentlemen. Destiny is going to go straight for the baneling bust of hell and see if he can do some damage. Now, of course, we know that there is this kind of shenanigans right here up at the top of the screen. At the top of the ramp, though, is a factory, and another factory is also getting done here. So, and certainly Ruff knows exactly what is coming his way. I'm going to guesstimate Widowmine production. No, he's going to go for Hellions. Best choice against this. I was thinking he would go Widowmines just because it's kind of more fun that way. But they're also good against anti-breaks to be able to bust down stuff like that. But Destiny knows not to screw with that too much, and we do have a baneling bust headed on in here. Up towards the top of the ramp, it is going to identify what's going on, and it is going to center onto the factory. The splash damage will take care of both of those supply depots, and now, unfortunately, Ruff is horribly, horribly supply blocked. He's going to have to use some SCVs here to try to buffer with that Hellion. Hellion's basically the ultimate unit here right now. It is the only thing keeping this game together right now for Ruff. And same with the SCV pulls. SCV is going to be so good. Lings are streaming their way across the map. The Zergling speed has finished. Still a one base play here off of Destiny's base. But off of one base, he can actually make about 10 Lings every, I think it's like 20 seconds or so. Or rather 25 seconds as the larvae pop and as the injects go down. So, again, this is going to be very, very tricky. He's got to be careful with those banelings. Oh, the three of them do go down. Hellion has dropped as well. SCVs are the only line here of defense here. But unfortunately, that also means that there is some supply getting thrown down here as well, as the wall is back up and running here. And SCVs are going to continue to work away on repairs, trying to keep things together here at the very least. Now, Ruff does have himself a full load of Marines up in that bunker here. And as you can see, actually, Hellion trying to rack up some kills here as well. But Destiny is going to back on off. Going to morph in another load of banelings. Certainly, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Going for this back supply depot, or does he change targets? That's the question. No, he has changed targets. He's going to go for the factory, the weekend factory already. Can he get there and get some shots off? Yes, 1 does go down. 2, 3, and 4 does take care of that supply depot, but now he has 3 Hellions as opposed to before where he only had 1, and 3 Hellions is enough to one-shot a Ling. However, they are closing that gap. They do not want to engage the baneling. They're just going to roast him very quickly. And then the remainder of the banelings and the Zerglings are going to get killed off here. So, and again, another wall does get thrown down. As we do take a look over at Ruff's side of things, economically, he is in shambles. 7 workers, 2 mules, keeping him in the game, though. 600 minerals a minute. I stand corrected, 600 to 700 minerals a minute coming on in. We do have more banelings getting morphed on in here as they go. Now, only 4 of them this time around. Let's see if it is going to be enough to be able to break him. No, he's got 2 more on the way. He's going to need them all in order to be able to break on through this. Quick poke up the top of the ramp is going to reveal the exact situation. Is going to choose his targets accordingly. And he does have more Lings coming on down here. Again, Destiny's still only on 1 base. 12 worker economy. The most efficient usage that he can muster at this particular point in time. And again, another break-in. However, this time Lings are in the base here. But Speedlings off of creep are not enough. And Banelings are going to get popped here. But Lings are going to get roasted 1 by 1. But SCVs are falling here. Bit by bit by bit, and this is not a situation that Ruff wants to be in, as the SCVs are getting so dangerously close to dying. Oh my gosh. And the Lings of Destiny are in the amazing control, actually. Have killed off every single, not the last one. Oh, they do get it. And so Destiny does kill off yet all the SCVs again. There is nothing left. There's just some Widow Mines, and Ruff does not have enough money right now to throw down some more SCVs, but Mules will keep him in the game. Instead, this time around, he is going to actually grab that factory, flip it on over, try to seal up this wall as much as he can. And yep, you can see he's trying to get those Widow Mines as close as he can, so that when these Waddle Butts walk on up, they're going to get hit by the Widow Mines, and you're splitting on them up. So the first, hopefully the first Banes, he sends them up in a group. This is it's going to be a very, very hard game here, as you can see. It's floating over his barracks. He's going to take a quick peek. See exactly what's up. He does have his 4 Marines over here. 2 Marines did head on out, but I'm not sure exactly what happened. I'm too busy watching this stuff down here. And another couple of shots here, but unfortunately the factory is going to dive. That will do it to that factory. And this leaves a very big hole in the wall, and you can see he's actually trying to fill it up as much as he can. Repositioning his factory, reburrowing his Widow Mines, trying to get everything back together here. But it is, like I said, a gaping hole indeed. And actually nothing that Ruff can really do about Destiny right now, up in Destiny's space. But Ruff is going to continue to work away. He does have this SCV, he has Hellions, that's the big one. And even if there's a lot of Banes, actually Banes are easier for Hellions to deal with. They take a little bit less damage, if memory serves me right. They're still 50 hit points. Or no, they're a little more damage. 50 hit points, but they're very slow by comparison, so it's easy to get the shots off on them. No, I stand corrected, they're less hit points, actually. They're 30 hit points, so it's easier to kill them. And you can see actually only one of those units is actually going to survive, and you can see just a couple of shots left. Now, it does happen to catch himself a Hellion, which is pretty good. Lings, on the other hand, are going to try to seal the deal here for a couple of these Hellions, trying to put them in the grave. But they, too, are actually going to check on out, and one of them does fall. More Lings are on the way here for Destiny as he's trying to get good engagement after good engagement. And oh my gosh, this is just tight stuff. And you can actually see that there is still this barracks floating over here. Still 2 Marines inside that bunker. And Banelings and Lings. Whew. This is just insane. Just non-stop action here out of Destiny. Does not want to give up, and I think he slowly but surely is whittling down Ruff. Ruff is now getting his economy back up and running, but one more good break, and this factory is actually dead as nails. And we'll see in just a second. No, he's going to go for the supply depot. Again, supply blocking Ruff, but Lings aren't able to break on in here, and now with 4 Hellions, I think it is... Yeah, 4 Hellions now in total. I stand corrected. There was it was 3, but now 4. But again, another baneling bust. This is awesome. How long can one base support a baneling bust? That's the question. Still 13 workers. Still 3 on gas. No expansions yet to speak of. Destiny knows what's up. He's going to take a quick peek. And he's going to send up the Lings. Or rather the Banes. What's the other 2 have patched. Leroy Jenkins! Get on up there, you little buggers. Oh, he's going to take another quick poke. Nope. Is he going to send it now? He's going to send Leroy. Come on, Leroy. You can do it. Nope, he's going to get another baneling. I think he wants to shut down this factory completely. I think he just wants to blast into this thing. Or maybe he's making a big enough ball that if he hits this one engineering bay, he'll kill everything around it. I think that's maybe what he's shooting for. He's making for the biggest, nastiest, ugliest baneling blast of known to man. It's just going to blast all over Ruff's base, and it's going to be ugly, ugly, ugly. But whether or not it's going to work is a different story. We'll see where this is going to go. It's going to be interesting. A lot of Hellions here. A lot of Hellions. Morlings on the way. More Banes on the way. All right, this time around we got the maximum destination. Here we go. They're going to go for the center of them. Does not get the desired effect. In fact, actually not being able to bust all the way through. Engineering bay is getting repaired already by the SCV. Factory is burning though, and the engineering bay stopped burning, so he's going to switch on over and start repairing the factory. Maybe not the desired effect that that Destiny was looking for here. Just taking a look now. Hellions are going to roll down the ramp here. You're going to see a lot of pissed off Zerglings, and I don't think well, that was close. I don't think they could have engaged directly. They would have gotten caught, and that would have been bad. Destiny is going to sit on back. He's going to chill. It's time to chill. Again, he's just trying to get his banelings all kinds of unscrewed up because they were all clogged up here. He's going to make a couple more. Because nothing is better than something in excess. And you can see Ruff is kind of a little bit confused about the whole situation here. And yeah, it's going to be a 20-minute baneling bus game, I think it is. And I'm not sure what Destiny's response will be. Destiny doesn't typically chat in game a whole lot from what I've seen. Oh, there we go. It's supposed to go somewhere, yes? Yes, indeed it is. Where I have absolutely no idea at all. Banes aren't going to sit there. They're just taking the time. They're idly by, chilling out. Life's good. There is 10 of them. 10's pretty good. Now, this is how it works. Against the buildings, you only do 20 hit points per. Splash damage inclusive. So the splash damage will affect buildings next to. Specifically ones touching. There's one hex away, they doesn't do any damage. Now we got 13 times 20. You guys do the math. I can't. It's like 300 or so, something like that. 300 damage. It's more than that. That's exactly how that works. Because some of these engineering bases are like 400 hit point. Well, engineering base is 850, but like for example, supply depot's 400. So you only need like 8 banes to pop one. I think it's actually less than that. He was killing them with 6 banes. So 6 goes into 400. I don't know how many times, but I'm not a math major, guys. I got an English degree. Or I'm getting one, rather. I don't know how that all works out. Versus light, 35 hit points. That is an armored structure, so I'm not sure. 20 hit points per. Somebody can explain that to me in chat. That'd be wonderful. I can never figure that out. I just know that this many will kill this much stuff. You know, the Banes are just one of those things. Now there is a siege tank on the high ground. Banes don't like them. It's going to pop a hole there, though. It's going to get filled awfully quickly here. Hellions are just going to absolutely wreck all of those lings. Yep, and Destiny's one last hope there to be able to crack the nut that is Ruff is not going to go down the way he was hoping for. I think if this had gone unscouted, this would have been actually pretty effective, but unfortunately I think Ruff caught it a little bit early on. More importantly, that I think that alerted Ruff to exactly what was up, is the fact that he had this setup up in the beginning of the game, and he didn't see a hatch go down. Like, and he stayed on top of that. Like, he did not see a hatch. Like, where's it going? At that point, he was kind of alerted to cheese, so he knew that something was coming his way. That something early pressure off one base is only going to be ling bling bust. So, pretty good play by Ruff. Great play by Destiny. Very entertaining. Very interesting to watch. Not something I've seen all that often. And very, very pleasurable to see out of him. Good control all in all. In fact, actually introducing roaches at the end of the game. So, kind of cool to see. Anywho, my name is Nightshade. Thank you so much for joining us here on IvD's YouTube channel. And thank you for checking out Ruff as well. Check us out, ivdgaming.tv as well as ivdgaming.com. Take care. Bye.